The country now is seemingly being prepared to get into yet another heavy political season, with political players now focusing on creating beneficial political bonds. And former President Uhuru Kenyatta appears to be a man in high demand, with heavy political figures who are now at different political camps in the country, salivating for an association with Uhuru.
Kila mtu amekuwa akitaka kusema ya kwamba wameongea na Uhuru. Kila mtu.
President Kenyatta is a vindicated man. And when a man is vindicated, he becomes a glorious man. Everybody wants to be associated with him.
In a recent statement at a funeral service in Elgeyo-Marakwet County, ODM leader Raila Odinga said that it was Kenyatta who advised him to reach out to President William Ruto at the peak of anti-government protests, a move that led to ODM getting a share of the government, even though Raila's decision has been termed as a betrayal.
Uhuru ndiye alinipiga mimi simu. Uhuru akaniambia mimi tafuta bwana Ruto ongea na yeye.
Hayo ni uongo bwana. Jamani, na wengi wanaongea uongo. Kuna wale wanasema hata wametemewa mate. Umeshaona Uhuru akitema mate?
But political pundits now see Raila's statement as a justification tactic aimed at correcting his perceived mess, and further, they argue that by Raila dragging Uhuru's name into the mix, he would also be acting as President Ruto's mouthpiece with a political intention.
It could be that the current president realizes that my interests and Kenyatta's interest might align at some point, and I'll benefit through his support. But because I'm not in such a good relationship with him, I can use his friend Raila Odinga to entice him to come to our camp.
The Wiper boss Kalonzo Musyoka has also shown deep desires for an association with Uhuru. This week, Kalonzo revealed the possibility of Uhuru calling for a special Azimio meeting that would then chart the way forward in the wake of the new political twists arising from Raila's move to join Ruto's government.
Hata chairperson wa Azimio Summit ambaye ni mheshimiwa ambaye amestaafu Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, nadhani ataitisha kikao.
And given that Kalonzo has shown a strong indication that he would be on the ballot in the 2027 polls, his association with Uhuru, especially after Raila's statement, leaves observers thinking that Kalonzo could be keen to inherit the Mount Kenya vote through Uhuru, given the high possibility that Uhuru would have a strong command of the mountain in 2027.
Who wouldn't want to benefit from the sway that Uhuru Kenyatta could still have over the people of Mount Kenya and his billions as well if he chooses to spend them in a political expedition?
Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has in the recent months been on a mission to woo the former president, saying that it would only be through Uhuru that the mountain would be united, and recently declared that Uhuru is the region's kingpin.
The last minute, he was fought, right and left. Some of us and other people, we were cheated on this thing which you could not understand.
If the former president chooses to back Rigathi Gachagua, I can tell you that Rigathi Gachagua would be formidable in the mountain. And if he would be, and if the former president chooses not to interfere with the current political atmosphere, then it remains that His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua will be the biggest beneficiary of his unity with President Uhuru Kenyatta.
The relationship between President Ruto and Rigathi has been blowing hot and cold in the midst of changing political times, and Gachagua's decision to settle political differences with Uhuru is being viewed as a way to get backing in his bid to cement his authority in the mountain, even as he sends mixed signals that he could work with Kalonzo in the coming days for a political cause.
What we are seeing today are political opportunists surrounding themselves with a man they think can help them acquire all the votes that this man could influence.
For now,
all eyes are on Uhuru Kenyatta, because it is Uhuru Kenyatta that might have a heavy say on the affairs of Kikuyus going forward.
Wachaneni na maneno ya kubeba Uhuru kila pahali. Wewe umeamua kwenda kujinyonga, wewe jinyonge, usikae kwa miti umefuta kingo alafu unasema Uhuru alikupatia kamba.
Kimani Ngonjiri, K24, Nairobi.